happening. Putting their lives in the hands of a minibus taxi driver proved fatal for 12 passengers travelling along DF Milan Drive at Muldersdrift near Johannesburg this morning. They were killed along with the driver in a head-on collision with a truck.
This is all that's left of the minibus after the driver apparently swerved out of his lane as he turned off DF Milan Drive into Peter Road. He smashed into a truck, killing himself and 11 others. 4 people who survived the accident, including the truck driver, were airlifted to hospital. 3 traffic fines addressed to the dead driver were later found in the wreckage of the minibus. 1 for not having a license to transport people and 2 for driving an unroadworthy vehicle. And a closer look at the taxi revealed that the brakes had been bound together with wire.
Legislation dealing with work permits for foreign spouses of South Africans is to be changed. This follows a unanimous Constitutional Court judgment this morning.
The Constitutional Court has ruled that 2 sections of legislation dealing with work permits for foreign spouses of South African citizens are to be amended. The first section concerns the obligation of foreign spouses having to apply for work permits from outside the country. They are then not allowed to enter South Africa until the permit has been granted. The second section relates to a provision that work permits may only be issued to spouses of South African citizens if they pursue an occupation for which there are too few qualified South Africans. Both sections were found to be inconsistent with the Constitution. In the meantime, Home Affairs is to accept all work permit applications from foreign spouses and process them within 30 days. Home Affairs may also not refuse to issue the work permits without good cause. Jill Gifford, SABC, Johannesburg.
An alleged serial rapist and killer accused of terrorizing schoolgirls appeared in the Cape High Court today. Jacobus Links Opperman was charged with the rape of 2 15-year-olds, the killing of one and attempting to kill the other.
15-year-old crescendo August loved to sing. On Mother's Day last year, her voice was silenced forever when she was raped and murdered in her own bed and buried in the backyard, allegedly by a youth who's been a family friend since she was a baby. Her devastated classmates from Ravensmead Senior Secondary today called for a return of the death penalty. Another 15-year-old who claims Jacobus Opperman raped and strangled her in her bedroom before leaving her for dead told the court about her ordeal this morning. Shannon Neal, SABC, Cape Town.
Zimbabwe's controversial self-styled war veteran Chenjerai Hitler Hunzvi is dead. He died early this morning from what's believed to be cerebral malaria. Hunzvi, a key ally of President Robert Mugabe, spearheaded the invasion of white-owned farms by war veterans and other pro-Mugabe militants last year.
This was the life that Hitler Chenjerai Hunzvi left behind, commanding more than 60,000 ex-combatants or war veterans as they are popularly referred to. As the leader of Zimbabwe's War Veterans Association, Hunzvi was at the forefront of the protest by thousands of landless peasants countrywide, occupying hundreds of white-owned farms. Those who knew him agreed that he was fearless, which is why when asked about his name Hitler, he once answered because he is Hitler in a black skin. Editor of Zimbabwe's Mirror newspaper, Dr. Iba Mandaza, says the news has been received by many with relief because he was widely feared and hated. However, there's shock and grief among Liberation War veterans who worshipped him as the head of the War Veterans Association.
And finally, Switzerland is better known as a conservative haven prized for its banking secrecy, chocolates and luxury watches. But now marijuana could join the list of typical and exclusive Swiss products. Many Swiss believe prohibition hasn't worked and may even have helped the dacha business to mushroom in recent years. Now government has submitted a draft law to Parliament to decriminalize the consumption of the drug and allow a limited number of licensed dope shops. But the privilege will only be reserved for Swiss residents. Users will also have to wait until 2002 to see if Parliament agrees. Until then, it's up to police to decide if people can quietly puff away. And that's where we leave you. Business Beat is up next. Good night.